So we have a new feature on Flodesk, and they have finally given us the ability to A/B test our email subject lines. And if you're not sure what I mean by A/B test, it's essentially where you test two options against each other. So option A and option B. And in this case, it's with your email subject lines. I'll get into how it works in a minute, but why do you actually want to do a test for different options of email subject lines? The point is that we want to be getting as much data as possible as to which types of subject lines work best to get people opening our emails. And so rather than just guessing about which types of subject lines and the way that we write our subject lines, how that actually goes down in terms of engagement with our audience, we can get actual proven data when we are doing A/B tests in Flodesk software. And if we test two different options and there's a clear winner of one that is getting a lot more opens than the other, and then Flodesk is able to send that winning email subject line to the rest of our list, to the main bulk of our list, that means that the open rate for that email is going to be a percentage, or maybe even a few percentages higher than it would have been if we hadn't done this test. And that's great for just that email, but it also compounds over time. So the more that you test these things and get a feel for your own audience's preferences and the things that they like, then the better your open rates are going to get over time. And on that note about learning what your audience's preferences are, this is so much better than just using other people's hooks and tips on the internet of what makes a good subject line, what makes your emails get opened. When you are actually doing tests with your own audience, your audience might respond to things differently than someone else's audience. So it's good to get a feel for your specific people. And it just helps you to stop overthinking. So it takes some of that off your plate, that decision fatigue off your plate, and makes the decision for you automatically. So how does it actually work? If you go into Flodesk and just create an email as you normally would, the email content of what you are sending stays exactly the same for each of your different options that you're sending. This does not change. What happens is when you go to next, you get to the subject line bit, you will now see that you have two options of subject lines that you can put in to your email, to the same email content. So obviously then you go on to choose who do you actually want to send this email to, you choose who you do and don't want to send to, and then you choose when you actually want to send the email. And I'll give you a tip about this in a minute, but when you click schedule, Flodesk is telling you, right, we want to first, before we send this email out to the bulk of your list, we want to test these two subject lines against each other and see which one gets the most opens. So what it's going to do is it's going to take a random small segment of the list that you've selected to send the email to, in this case 500 recipients, and it's going to send subject line option A to half of that, so to 250 people, and subject line option B to the other half of that. Then what it's going to do is after 24 hours, it's going to send the winning subject line, so whichever gets the most opens, to the whole rest of your list. And then you just click schedule. And again, it's not going to send this email out straight away to all the people you've selected. It's only going to send the email to 500 people first. And then after 24 hours, the rest of the people will get it. So you just want to bear in mind with timings when you're doing an A/B test email that you don't need this email to go out today, because most people are actually going to see it actually the next day. Once you've scheduled it, you should get an email from Flodesk as well that says your test is live and we're testing these two things. And then after 24 hours, you do not have to do anything. It is going to check which subject line got the most opens, and it's automatically going to select that subject line and then automatically send your email to the remaining people with that winning subject line. And you will get an email that looks something like this to say how the test went and to confirm that the rest of your email has been sent. You can then also see in Flodesk in the analytics section for the email that you sent, there will be down here the A/B test results for you to see as well. So how to A/B test effectively? First of all, you don't have to do this for every single email. And in fact, if you have a very, very time sensitive email that needs to go out at a very specific time to your whole list, and it doesn't make sense for some people to get it a day earlier and the rest to get it the next day, then you don't want to be using A/B testing. Just stick to having one subject line and just send it as normal. But for all of your weekly email newsletters, as long as you remember to go in and set the send date to 24 hours before you actually want most people to receive it, this is a really good thing to do just to build up your data and your knowledge of what sorts of things your particular audience prefer. One of the things that you might want to test with your audience is curiosity type subject lines versus clarity type subject lines. And what I mean by that is clarity will essentially tell you exactly what someone is going to get when they open the email. It's going to be very specific, very relevant, and that can work really well for loads of audiences who just want to know, oh, what am I going to get inside this email? Let's click in and see. Whereas a curiosity type subject line is maybe just hinting at what could be in the email, but it's piquing someone's curiosity and making them have to click to find out more. And this can err on the side of clickbaity if your email content doesn't live up to the subject line that you're putting. So if you're like in the subject line, OMG, this changed my life, but then in the email content, you're just saying something that's quite bland, that comes across as quite clickbaity. It kind of damages the trust that you have with your audience. So you want to be careful that if you are doing curiosity subject lines, you are actually doing that from a place of just creating interest with your audience rather than forcing them to click and then not living up to it. But it's really interesting to see different audiences respond to different types of subject lines better. So that could be something that you test over and over again with a few different newsletter subject lines to see what your audience tends to respond to best. The other thing that you can test is I language. So you speaking about yourself versus you. This is one that I did recently. So all I changed in the subject line was the word I for you. So it was, do I actually still enjoy what I do? And then option B was, do you actually still enjoy what you do? And some types of audiences might prefer it if you're talking from you and your personal experience, like I myself, and some might react or engage better if you're talking like to them with a very you focus. Another thing that you want to be careful of is watching for unsubscribes, because as I mentioned with the clickbaity curiosity type subject lines, yes, it might get loads of opens. So you might get option A, for example, wins the A/B test because it's piqued people's curiosity and loads of people have opened and clicked in the email. So therefore it's essentially the winner. But if you don't check the unsubscribes as well, that's telling you another story. So if you've got a very clickbaity subject line and the email content doesn't live up to it, yes, it's the winning subject line overall because lots of people opened, but you might actually get loads of unsubscribes from that because people didn't like the feeling of almost being tricked with the subject line. So definitely check your unsubscribes as well in terms of, did this email receive above average unsubscribes for me and my account? Was my unsubscribe rate unusually high? If so, then actually that winning subject line might not have been the right fit for you. And the best thing to do is to test these with your broadcast emails, so like your one-off newsletters that you send, and then you can apply everything that you've learnt to your automations. So if you've got workflows set up in Flodesk, go ahead and look at all of the email subjects that you've got in there and apply what you've learnt with these A/B tests to those workflows. I hope you found this video helpful, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments.